Alright, so in the last video, we understood how to create quizzes, and also we created one question. So this was the question that I had posted, and yes, the response has been received. So how do you see the response? You click on the question, you go to turned in, and here you see the response. This was the only response that was available. Then of course you can assign the person some marks. So let's say I give the person 5 marks, and then I click on return. Once I do that, what happens is the person receives an email and he is notified of the score that he has obtained. So this is a simple way to evaluate your questions. Now, if you again go back to the grade book, you can see that this particular question has also been marked. So this is how Google Classroom actually facilitates assignments, questions, quizzes, and you can do the entire assessment here with no difficulty. Now I'm going to move on to one last thing, and that is creating a rubrics. Now what is a rubric? Of course we all know we decide on some criterias and we assign marks according to those criterias. You can do the same in Google Classroom too. Now, how do you do it? For this, let me create an assignment. So you go to classwork, click on create, click on assignment. So let's say uh, in this assignment, I want the student to write a character sketch of, let's say, Hamlet. It. Now what I have to do is I'm going to click on this particular tab out here, which is rubric here. So I'm going to click on this. Now there are three options: create rubric, reuse rubric, and import from sheets. So I'm going to create a rubric now. Okay, so this is the rubric that I have. Now what you're able to see here is there are some criterions. So let's say, since I need a character sketch, this is a literary piece of work. So I decide on the first criterion as organization of the content that the person has written. Here you can specify a description and give, let's say, 5 points for organization. Now we talk about the levels that you would like it to take. So let's say the first is exceptional. So the total points in this case is 5. Let's say that if it's all coherent and precise, then you give the person 5 points. Now to add another level to it, what you do is click on this. Let's say 4 points for, let's say, average or above average. So here you say yes, it is coherent, but let's say lacks transitions. So similarly, you can keep adding levels over here. Now, if you like to add a criteria, then you click on this. So you add a criteria over here. So maybe you can say vocabulary usage, so on and so forth. So this is how you can create a rubrics. And what you just have to do is click on save. Of course, there are errors. Once you can create an entire rubric, you can save this and then you can grade your students accordingly. Great. So this is how you can work with Google Classroom. This is the small classroom that I have created. So to give a brief recap, first of all, we created a Google Classroom account. From the stream, you could see what all notifications come up. Through classwork, you could add material like videos or presentations or documents, assignments, so on, quizzes, and through the People's tab, you can see the list of teachers and students. And finally, through grades, you could maintain a gradebook. So this is how Google Classroom works. I hope this helps and you are now able to function with your own Google Classrooms. Thanks a lot.